Anthony Olienick and Chris Carbert, commonly known as the Coutts II, were sentenced to 6.5 years each on Monday. The two men were found guilty on charges of unlawful possession of firearms and mischief from their roles in the blockade of the Coutts Border back in 2022. BCN's Landon Hickok has the details from the Lethbridge courthouse.
That's right, Hal. It's been 3 months since the trial began for Chris Carbert and Anthony Olienick, and sentencing was just heard for the two men who were initially charged of conspiring to murder police officers, but were since acquitted. However, they were charged and found guilty of possession of firearms for dangerous purpose to the public peace, as well as mischief, and Olienick separately an unlawful possession of explosives. Justice David Lebrenz gave his sentencing for the two men. They've each been handed 6.5 years sentences. For Olienick, it was 6 years on the firearms charge, 6 months concurrent on the mischief charge, and 6 months consecutive on the unlawful possession of an explosive charge. For Carbert, almost the same thing, except he's been given 6.5 years on the firearms charge and 6 months concurrent on the mischief charge. Each man have been serving time in remand since their arrest in a total of 1,409 days. That is time and a half, and in which is closer to 4 years in time served. They are looking at 963 days remaining. The justice accepted that the two men saw the blockade as a last-ditch stand against governmental restrictions, and that the weapons Carbert brought, he declined that they were for hunting use and that they were solely for engaging with police. Olienick's defense lawyer, Marilyn Burns, has stated that she will appeal the sentencing and the charges that are left on the two men, stating that this trial has been political since the start.
The sentence is excessive with strong political features, and it will be appealed. Justice Lebrenz commented extensively regarding the political nature of the protest, about the men choosing to come to the protest despite having other avenues using democratic reform. He decided on his own, and he considered the danger to the police to be high. I would disagree with that, but that's his decision, and I have developed respect for Justice Lebrenz, although in many respects I disagree with him.
So we will see what appeals come by either the defense or the Crown, but for now, it is 6.5 years for both Anthony Olienick and Chris Carbert for their roles at the Coutts Border Blockade. For Bridge City News, I'm Landon Hickok.
Now, many supporters of Carbert and Olienick flooded the courthouse to bear witness to the two men's sentencing, and many were left disappointed as a result. One supporter and former Fort Macleod Town Councillor Marco Van Hugenbos shared his thoughts as he's also facing charges of mischief from the blockade.
6.5 years when we have violent criminals on parole, violent reoffenders in the public, and we have men here who were involved in a political protest. It was a political protest during unprecedented times, and none of that, unfortunately, has made its way into the court. And I feel that this is a travesty of our justice system, and I feel that what happened here today sets a very, very dangerous precedence for proceedings in Canada moving forward.
The Emergencies Act was called into effect based on the Coutts issue that happened at Coutts. Now, if that all of a sudden was to go away, or a very light sentence on that, then automatically that the Liberal government enacting of that Emergency Act doesn't look so good. It's already been deemed unconstitutional, and if there was nothing here to hold any evidence or any grounds to it, then it also becomes illegal. So I believe there's a lot of political pressure still involved, even in the decisions today,